To be successful, you need to be prepared. You can't wing it. You know, you can't cram the night before like a college exam. You know, it's prep work, and by that I mean making sure that you've done the best you can with, for example, your application and then your executive summary. Your application on GUST is the first exposure that we as Angel Oregon investors will have to you. So if you don't put your best foot forward with that and you just throw it together, chances are you're not going to make it to a semifinalist. The beauty, again, of what we're doing this year with Angel Oregon is our early bird deadline is December 2nd. If you get your application in by that time, our committee will review it, give you feedback, and you'll have another opportunity to resubmit your application. So you can take the benefit of what you've learned from the committee, upgrade your application, resubmit it. Still, you've only paid your $20, and that just gives you even more of a chance to hopefully get on to being a semifinalist. So that's critical. I mean, you've got to put the time into that application. The other thing is your investor presentation. I am constantly talking to entrepreneurs about viewing investor presentations as a really big show. You're an actor or an actress and you're getting on stage and you need to perform. And you need to be confident, you need to be able to speak with inflection, you need to use pauses for effect. You can't stand up there and talk in a monotone and expect to engage your audience. It just doesn't work. The entrepreneurs who are comfortable speaking in front of an audience, who have practiced and really know their materials, who don't get fazed by questions, and you know, you see this panic in their eyes. If you've practiced, if you've recorded yourself to see where you can make improvements and ask for advice from other angel investors who may be on your advisory committee or others who understand what investors are looking for, it will be hugely helpful. So the presentation, those investor pitches, they're huge. And practice is part of that. You've just got to be comfortable, you've got to know your materials, and you've got to avoid that kind of monotone presentation that puts everybody to sleep. Because we will have days or in our investor meetings where we'll see 12, 15 pitches, one right after the other. And you need to stand out. You need to be memorable. So a lot of that comes with practice and just being comfortable with your materials. And then make sure you have your business plan. You know, there are great guidelines for putting together business plans. On both, OEN has a number of different seminars related to putting together business plans. There are lots of resources out on the web that are great resources for putting together business plans. You've got to invest the time in putting together a business plan. As angel investors, we know it's not going to be perfect. We know that chances are your plan will change a million times over the next 5 to 10 years, let alone in the next 6 to 12 months. But the point is that you've invested the time to think through all of the elements of your business, and you've given it your very best shot at putting together a compelling, comprehensive plan that will resonate with the investors. You've got to grab them. There's got to be something there that really is of interest because it's either a unique product or service in a market that is either untapped or is in its early stages, or you've developed a new distribution system or delivery mechanism or pricing. I mean, there are all sorts of unique aspects of a business that can make it compelling and exciting to a potential investor. So make sure everybody understands what your point of differentiation is. And don't gloss over that. And certainly don't gloss over any traction you've had to date. If you've had success in making some sales, if you've got a prototype, make sure that everybody in that investor room or on that piece of paper, your document, your executive summary, your business plan, sings that loud and clear. That is very exciting to see when we're looking at some of these potential investments, that they have traction, that they've got a proof of concept, that they've developed a prototype, that they've got the endorsement of influencers out in the marketplace that are telling us as investors that, hey, this is a good idea, you know, this is a great product, this is an excellent service, this is a really unique delivery mechanism. So it's all of those factors that really come into play that will make the difference as to whether you're up on that stage on April the 18th or you're in the audience. There's nothing wrong with being in the audience, and I would encourage all companies who apply to Angel Oregon, even if you don't make it to the finals, to be in that audience, because the networking is enormous in terms of all the other investors in that room, and the chance to learn from the companies that are presenting that day is just such a worthwhile opportunity. This year, again, unique aspect of Angel Oregon, the conference, is it's a half day instead of a full day. We start at noon, we run all afternoon. The focus is 100% on the companies. And we felt that that was important to make sure that that's where we were spending our time and attention. And we also want to make sure that we're attracting as large an audience as possible, even from out-of-state folks who may want to come in from Seattle or San Francisco or wherever as investors, to build out our audience of investors and make it as robust as possible for the benefit of all of the companies. So there's a lot to do, but it's whatever prep you put into Angel Oregon is prep that doesn't go to waste. It's part of building on the fundamentals of what's needed to be investor ready. If you do a great job with Angel Oregon, chances are you will be able to go on and leverage all that you've already done for any other Angel conference or any other investor presentation.